Welcome back, everybody. It's Vulcan Blast here. Just to answer some of you guys' questions on my build I had for the apocalypse. How to defeat cancer. The build I was running was I had Archetype Challenger and Archetype Engineer as my class I was running. Uh, the skills running with it was Juggernaut, and then for Engineer I was running the Heavy Weapon Impact Canyon to apply passive damage to the boss. Full set of armor that I was running was just the Level Mark II. The relic I was using at the time was Resonating Heart. Um, Honestly, you can do whatever you want. Personal preference. I just chose this one because I like the overheal, the passive overheal that it does. The relic fragments that I was using at that time was the mythic melee attack speed, crit chance, and crit damage. At that time of the recording, when I did the video, uh, I didn't the mythic melee critical damage that I had. I only had the flawless version. I didn't have the mythic version. And I was still able to. I believe I switched out the mythic critical damage. Um, I had a melee attack damage, but if you can, I would prefer to do a mythic melee crit damage because I didn't have a good one. I think it was just like a flawless level 1 at the time, so I had a melee damage that was a lot better at the moment. So I just swapped it out for melee. But definitely, if you have a high level melee crit damage, I recommend that one because this build is purely based off crit chance and damage. Stonebreaker, I had at level 10 during the video, but the mutator during the video was not level 10. It was actually level 1, and I was still able to proc off my crit damage quite a bit. Um, Amulet, I used the Indignant Fetish uh, to kind of change this up a little bit. I believe I don't remember the name, but there's another amulet out there. It's called like Butcher's Eye or something. It's another amulet that helps a lot on your melee, increases your crit chance and damage, I believe. But I recommend switching that out for the Indignant Fetish. But if you don't have the Butcher's Eye or whatever, definitely this is a pretty good close second. To really make this build all come together, I really recommend the Burden of the Gambler. Very important ring. It disables weak spot, but it increases your crit chance by 10% and increases your crit damage by 20%. Very important ring. This ring, Fey Warrior ring, increases your melee damage by 15%. Uh, Definitely a really great ring, but sometimes I take too much damage. I might swap it out for the Dying Ember just to get a little bit more life steal, but most of the time I just keep this ring in there. Very few times I'll swap it out. Probability Cord, very great ring to have. Increases crit damage by 30%. And then the last ring was Fey Bruiser ring. Adds 2 stacks of bulwark for 7 seconds for any time you do melee damage. Traits I was running at that time were Fortify, had at level 10. Regrowth, I also had the level 10. Strong Back, that was level 10. Expertise, level 8. Level 6 for Spirit. Endurance, level 2. Vigor, level 9. Triage, level 10. Bark Skin, level 10. And Siphoner, level 10. Kind of to bring this whole entire build together. It's just basically do as much crit chance and having a high crit chance so you can do more crit damage. And the traits I was running at the time was just basically having a really high healing and life steal to increase your survivability, and also a little bit tank there with having the strong back and fortify with bark skin to really make yourself a little more tankier. Um, Otherwise, like, I personally think this build is definitely not even close to being perfect. If you guys have any comments or suggestions to making this build even better, I would gladly like to see your comments. Um, let's get like a comment section going. Let's help each other make a really good melee build. I want to have fun with some of these different weapons. I don't have it yet, but for Apocalypse Hero Sword, it looks pretty interesting. But thanks, guys, for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.